A breathing island appeared in the mysterious sea. It turns out that is a giant whale locked in an iron chain. Giant whales have been trapped in the sea for hundreds of years. The body has grown into an island. It cries all day, but no one knows why, until this man appeared. This man's name is Jack. His father is a farmer. One night, Jack saw a shining white horse in the wheat field. Then Jack grabbed the rope and threw to it. Suddenly the white horse took him up in the air. Just when he excited, they fell from the air. When the white horse fell into the lake, Jack desperately pulled the rope on the shore to no avail. He turned around and saw a big water wheel next to him. He hung the rope on it. Finally, he saved the white horse with the help of the water tanker. The next morning, the white horse turned into a little donkey to repay his kindness. It also brought 2 amazing horses for him. But what happened last night made the wheat field at home a mess. Jack decided to sell the 2 amazing horses in the city to help his dad to fix the field. Jack came to the city. He never thought all the people would rush to buy his horses. He was by a crowd of onlookers. At the same time, the king saw this. The king is very cruel and greedy. He ordered to take the 2 horses as his own. But Jack can't do anything. He only can watch it. The little donkey can't see it. It roared to the sky. Next second, the 2 horses ran back by themselves. The king refused to give up and drove after him, but the car got stuck. The whole person fell into the flower pile. It made Jack laugh. It's hard to bully Jack, so Jack was given an official position of raising horses casually. One day the king dreamed. He dreamed that his head was cut off by Jack. When he woke up, he ordered him to destroy the legendary flamingo, but no one has seen the flamingo. But Jack is an optimist. He ride on his donkey and head for the desert. Fortunately, the little donkey knows about the flamingo. Its favorite snack is sleeping pine cones in the forest. So Jack collected a bag of pine cones as bait. Sprinkled pine cones on the desert. Sure enough, the flamingo appeared. It ate one by one. Soon it began to get dizzy. His body shook and fell to the ground. When Jack is happy for that, a flaming claw stretched out from behind. Then Jack shouted and ran away. Next second, the donkey hit on it. It completely angered the flamingo. It flapped its fire wings. The whole forest was lit. In desperation, Jack can only hand over the last pine cone. The flamingo ate the pine cone and carried it into the lake. A man waved a huge axe, ready to cut off Jack's head. Suddenly it rained heavily. A flaming bird fell from the sky. The next second everyone cheered, regard Jack as their heroes. It turned out that after the flame bird fell into the lake, he successfully captured it. But watching the flamingo shed tears, Jack couldn't bear to let it go. The king flew into a rage when he knew. Just as he was about to execute Jack, the flamingo appeared to repay his kindness. The king was helpless. He was worried about how to get rid of Jack. The minister came to meet. He said there is a frozen area in far away, and a beautiful snow princess live in there. The king can marry the princess and let Jack ask for a marriage. Jack had to embark on the journey again. He climbed over the snowy peak, came to the palace, but he was blocked at the door by a thick ice wall. At this time, the flamingo's feather flew up. The ice wall melts instantly. Jack walked into the palace. There are many princesses in the same style. When Jack was so confused, the feather worked again. It helped Jack to find the real princess. But when the princess woke up, she said she disdained to marry with the king. She gets up and walks out. She came to the edge of the cliff and jumped down. Jack also jumped down with her. The princess skirt can protect her landing safely, but it was punctured by the falling Jack. At the time of danger, the donkey grew wings, caught them and returned to the city smoothly. The king is going to marry the princess, but she told the king, only when you find the ring left by my grandma then I can marry you. At this time, Jack has fallen in love with the princess. He took the initiative to find the ring for the princess. At night, the little donkey was told by the god of the wind. The ring was left in the sea, but there lived a horrible whale in the sea. A man and a donkey fly in the sky, suddenly knocked over by oncoming birds. Jack fell into the deep sea, but he accidentally found the locked whale. The giant whale kept crying. The donkey understood what it said. It turned out that the giant whale was trapped at sea because it ate the fishermen in the past by mistake, but it doesn't know how to spit them out. On a crystal ice bed, there lies a beautiful woman. She has been asleep for hundreds of years. It's not the handsome prince who can wake the princess up. It's a shining feather. The first thing after she waking up is to marry a stupid king. But the princess fell in love with another man. Is the owner of that feather? Jack had an idea and rode on the donkey. Flew in through the nostrils of the giant whale. The stars inside the giant whale are bright, like the Milky Way in the universe. The donkey beat its wings on the inner wall of the whale. It made the whale want to sneeze. The whale raised its head slowly. The chain began to break. Suddenly sprayed Jack out. Then dozens of fishing boats came from the mouth of the giant whale. Jack walked to the bank. The whale in order to thanks Jack. The whale let a crab send the ring he was looking for. Jack looked at the ring and saw the princess's face. He wants to go back to see his beloved person quickly. The princess in the city has been looking for various excuses to refuse the king. She was under house arrest by the king. Jack misses the princess. He sneak out the princess window, but this scene was seen by a minister. He ordered Jack to be put in prison. The princess had a plan in her heart. Tell the king for their happiness. She hoped the king can become younger. She knows gives a secret recipe for rejuvenation. 3 big pots need to be prepared, respectively filled with boiling water, ice water and scalding salt water. The king was dubious, decided to let Jack experiment for himself first. On that day, 3 cauldrons were set up in the square. Jack decided to do for the love. He tell the princess his love. The king pushed Jack down. At this time, the princess took off the ring, throw into boiling water. She saved Jack. Then Jack fell into the icy water. Ice water solidifies instantly. At this time, the flamingo chirped. The feather snatched by the king stabbed into the water. Jack was saved again. After Jack fell into the 3rd pot, but he haven't come out for a long time. It turns out that the magic weapon to crack the 3rd pot is in the far away from the end of the world. It's a dandelion that can control life and death. The princess had asked the donkey to pick it the night before, but now the donkey didn't appear. Jack was in danger now. Then a dandelion floated down from the air, fall into the pot. The donkey tried his best to get back the flower of life and death. The next second, Jack was surrounded by golden light and rose out of the pot. He seemed to be reborn. Fly to the princess. The king saw it. Take off your clothes without hesitation. He jumped in, but he didn't know that Jack was being protected by his friends secretly. In silence, a huge bubble carried the king to the sky. Suddenly someone in the crowd said, "We need a new king." Everyone shouted Jack's name in unison. This is the end of the story.